Hello there, I know I'm a little late, but still on time to tell you what's new in the latest patch. It's a big list, so I will show you just part of the changes that happened to the game. Between fixes, performance and server improvements, changes to the item's resistance against C4 explosions, new items were also added. So let's see the new stuff. You can add this new check on the Newbie area and it will last for 48 hours. You can only have one check at a time and respawn in it once every 20 minutes. This small shelter is not a safe place to keep a big amount of loot, since it can be destroyed with axes hits for a good period of time. This check can be crafted on a workbench for 100 wood and 1 amber. The next thing will cause a lot of road accidents. It's crazy! Landcrab mines, C4 bombs and poison traps can now be placed in no building areas, such as roads. The beacon is now showing the ownership stakes properly. Now, whenever you remove a sign, it will get back to your inventory instead of being destroyed. And by talking on destruction, the C4 is slightly cheaper, costing now 100 animal fat instead of the 200, and both 50 shaped Ultranio and Mondinho instead of 60. The detonator cap spawn rate was increased by 3 times more. And the bug in explosions where C4 will do damage to the wrong attachment pieces and sometimes decimating entire bases was fixed. The blast resistance based on construction volume were fixed, making smaller objects of the same material having to take less damage to be destroyed. The armor for construction pieces was configured. Wood will be destroyed to any C4 blast, stone will take about 1 blast and a half, while iron may take more than 3 blasts to be destroyed, making finally the material's resistance more obvious. Also, doors and windows are a little weak, since they have a similar blast resistance to wood walls, while garage doors have an armor similar to rock. More good news, now the building limits of the building structures, machines and plants are independent of each other, meaning that if you reach the build limit of construction items, you can still place machines or plant something in the same building area. And even more good news, the structural build limit was doubled, meaning that you can build bigger bases. A visibility indicator for construction prefab placement was added. From what I've noticed, it will appear when you are trying to place a building item in a place you cannot see or reach directly, meaning that you need to change your character's position in order to place it. The original wall torch was revamped and can be turned into a standing torch when aimed to the ground. Both can be placed freely and cost about 30 animal fat and 20 shaped iron. They can only be removed with a machine wrench. A new fireplace was also added, but it seems that can be only used as a decoration, as it cannot currently be lit up. I've managed to do something with the torch's fire though. You can craft it for only 20 stones and 5 coal on the workbench. It can only be placed against the wall and should be removed with the construction hammer, but you won't get it back, only a small amount of resources. 2 new types of pillars were added as well, with a new buttress on the construction menu. A pillbox window, or in other words, a new building object with 4 small windows, have some high-tech shutters and can only be placed on the top of your base. You could try to be a ninja with this, but I guess the sound of opening and closing them won't help you much with that. A single doorway and door were added, which is great when you want to place a door above small foundations. Last but not least, roof pieces are now cheaper. For the full list, check the link on this video description. Also, don't forget to keep an eye every week on the latest dev blogs at the official site. Bye bye and stay safe.